Greetings and salutations, my friends. So, Monday morning, KOSU Mental Health reporter Sierra Pfeifer released a news story on how Dungeons and Dragons is being used in therapy. I figured since this is NPR's only actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, I'd like to release it here as well. So here it is. For many people, starting therapy can be intimidating. In Oklahoma City, some therapists are trying to fix that with Dungeons and Dragons. KOSU's Sierra Pfeifer reports on a new approach making mental health care more accessible in the state.
Andrew Sang is a licensed therapist, but his work bag looks a little different than most clinicians.
I have the player's handbook, I have the monster manual, I have a NPC guide.
And, most importantly,
I have enough dice sets for everybody.
These supplies travel with Sang wherever he does his work. That's because twice a week, he meets with 2 different groups for structured therapeutic sessions of Dungeons & Dragons. Co-therapist Lakin Walliver says Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D, is a tabletop role-playing game where each player designs a unique character that navigates fantastical challenges.
Okay, let's see what we're going to do today and just kind of tackle it and just have a really fun escape from reality.
It's been around for 50 years and has spawned countless TV shows and podcasts, but Sang says it can also be used for things like emotional regulation, personal development, and symptom reduction.
It kind of like hijacks the brain. They are learning new skills and without realizing that they're learning new skills through practical application in a fictional world.
In session, Sang will find the perfect inspiration to create custom-made scenarios that fit the needs of the players. That way, patients can meet their demons, sometimes literally, and learn healthy coping methods. Sang's other co-therapist, Charlie Heitland, says that's what it's all about.
We don't learn skills on the fly in stressful situations. We learn them in calm when we can practice safely.
One of the patients Heitland works with is struggling with the death of her grandparents.
And then we get to this D&D group. And Andrew creates this scenario where they're all stuck in a room and they have to get out, but enemies are coming in, everyone's coming to kill them. The only way out is through.
At the end of a session, Heitland says they devote time to processing the game. He asked players if they've ever felt stuck like that in real life.
And this person immediately raises their hand and is like, yes, sometimes my grandparents were like that. But I think that realization helped her grieve and also helped her contextualize that kind of traumatic experience.
According to researchers, the benefits of D&D aren't exclusive to a therapy setting. Orla Walsh is a PhD student at University College Cork in Ireland. She was the lead researcher on a study about how playing D&D affects mental health.
Almost every single person we spoke to had something where they had something in their life that they really wanted to explore or to talk about, but they didn't want to do it as themselves because they were too anxious or they were too worried about people's reactions.
One player designed her character to be extremely confident. Then she emulated her D&D self in her new, mostly male workplace. Another player practiced coming out in-game before doing it for real. Sang and his team say they also see this bleed over from gameplay to real life. Walliver helps run Sang's D&D group for 13 to 17-year-olds. She says many of them struggle to make friends or are bullied at school, but their social skills grew from playing.
I saw great self-esteem build, and that is probably my favorite part of doing it with kids, is seeing their voice. A lot of these kids, they don't have one, and that's why a lot of them come to therapy, is because they don't feel like they have control in their lives. And when you put kids in a room that are all going through the same struggles, I mean, you see them modeling each other.
Walliver says her patients have started to talk to each other in the lobby before sessions start, something they didn't have the confidence to do before. All of this has made therapy more accessible to a whole new group of people who might not fit into a traditional structure. In Oklahoma City, I'm Sierra Pfeifer.
You can find more on this story from Sierra on our website at kosu.org.